This is how you can blow up your agency with just one video. You can spend years binge watching content, trying to secure clients, grinding every single day, but still getting nowhere, which sounds miserable. On average, I work with over 100 agency owners every single week. And when they first start, they all lacked one thing. And once you adopt this into your process, that's the moment when everything changes. And before I show you exactly how you can build an irresistible offer for your agency, I wanted to share a personal story about when I first started my agency. I really struggled to put a valuable offer in place. I was very good at sales, I was very good at outreach, I had an inbound system, but I was struggling to get the message across to my ideal customer profile. Once I realized it was all about positioning the right offer to the right ICP, I was able to scale from 10K a month all the way up to 6 figures a month, which is why I really wanted to make this video today to hopefully help some of you guys that are in the same situation. So let's jump straight over to the Gamma document where I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this. So let's look at creating an irresistible offer to scale to 50K per month. Now, I'm going to assume that you're going to be targeting local business owners, but we want to make sure that we're targeting business owners that are over $50,000 a month as a minimum, okay? Now, think high ticket services like solar or HVAC, something like that. And they need a system that maximizes their existing traction while minimizing their effort, okay? So the offer, or this specific offer that I'm going to build for you guys, as you can see, I've created a nice document and provided an offer for you, is going to be a build and release local growth engine. And this is going to deliver exactly that by supercharging their marketing and sales pipeline. If that is a little bit wordy for you, don't worry, I'm going to be breaking down everything in this video. So let's look at the core components to building an irresistible offer. First of all, specific outcome. We want to make sure that our ICP really understands what is the specific outcome. This doesn't mean that we are guaranteeing X amount of revenue, okay? But what we're doing is we're outlining our specific outcome. So you can either add $25,000 a month in recurring revenue in 90 days by optimizing ads, nurturing, reactivating your database, or closing more deals, and closing more deals. Then we need to have a unique mechanism. And this is where a lot of people don't implement this into their agencies. They focus solely on just running ads. You need to be thinking about more of a build and release growth engine, okay? So a done for you system that we build from scratch and release into your business for immediate impact. And then speed to results, okay? So your first 5K in new revenue within 30 days, or we work for free until you get it. Now, here's the caveat. Look how I don't mention money back. So this type of guarantee is okay. It just means that we're going to work until we do get them that 5K, because you might be a couple of days out of the 30 days if you're new to this, okay? But make sure you don't say, if we don't hit you 5K, we're going to give you all of the money back. Now, the next component to building a good irresistible offer is really understanding their pain points. And I'm just going to assume one target avatar here, because obviously you're going to be able to get all of this information from the discovery stage, and you're all going to have different ideal customer profiles. But let's look at the average kind of business that's doing 50 to 100K a month. Their growth is stalled, okay? Ads aren't delivering consistent leads, or they're too expensive. Old leads are sat in some dusty CRM. It's costing them thousands in so much revenue, okay? They're literally just losing revenue all of the time because they've got maybe 5,000 leads in their database and they're not reactivating those leads, as well as a gap in closing high value clients. It's just a hit or miss, okay? I'm going to give you an example. I worked with a company, not going to name names obviously because they might be watching this video on my YouTube at some point in the future, you never know. But I was working with one company, he had an incredible service. The founder of the business was just awful at closing deals. So one of the solutions that I came up for him was to implement a closer into his business, and I was able to charge him more for that, okay? So again, think about the pain point, think about the solution. Now, your offer needs to turn these weaknesses into a predictable revenue machine. So if you can have all 4 of these and more addressed, then you are going to have a good offer. It's basically irresistible. They'll be crazy to say no to. So let's look at an offer for you specifically. So first of all, customized lead magnet campaign. Now, it doesn't matter if you want to do lead magnet or VSL, whatever. It depends on the business, right? But high converting Social media ad campaign, so meta ads designed to attract their ideal customers, built and launched within 72 hours. Here's the key. Built and launched within 72 hours. Remember, when someone signs up to an ad, they are impulsive with their decision by filling out the form and wanting to get on a call with you, okay? So if you're running an inbound system for yourself and someone signs up on the ad, they need the solution quick. So build and launched within 72 hours. This doesn't mean promising results in 72 hours. This means that your team, or you specifically as an agency owner watching this video, has everything set up on the back end. Ad optimization, so daily monitoring and adjustments to maximize clicks, conversions, return on investment, and basically letting them know that you squeeze every dollar for results. There's a famous quote from Rick Ross where he's having a conversation with Grant Cardone, and he gives that one saying where he's like, I never leave money on the table. That saying is in my head all of the time. And those of you guys in Client Capital already, which is my coaching and consulting business, if you do want to check it out, I have left a link below. But those of you guys in Client Capital will hear me say this all the time on the live calls, never leave money on the table. Your clients will have that same mindset, so make sure that you let them know that you are going to be squeezing every dollar for results, okay? Done for you content organic. Now, if you don't want to do content, you can just use UGC creators. That's absolutely fine. But this is something that you can have. So you might be running ads for them, but also try and help them build up their organic social presence as well. So 10 professionally crafted posts, 12 short form videos. It could be Reels, TikToks, whatever it is. It's going to help engage their audience, drive in traffic, and help a little bit more. Again, this is just one offer that you can use. So feel free to use this. Lead nurturing system, automated follow-up. So this could be email, text. This is going to warm up leads into paying customers without extra effort. Use GHL for this. GHL is really good. I know there are so many things. There's actually a guy in our networking group that just loves playing around with all the automations. You can do incredible things with Go High Level. So really recommend that. Not endorsed by them, by the way, just recommend it. Database reactivation. So a targeted campaign to re-engage their existing contacts. So waking up dormant leads and bringing them back to buy. Now, this is one of my favorite things to pitch at the moment because it seems like so many agency owners do not have this in their offer. So it really gives you that unique selling point. So if you can take one bit of source from this video, would be to try and understand database reactivation, okay, learn it, and then start to implement that into your business, because you will find there are so many businesses, like I mentioned earlier, that has thousands of leads that are going untouched. Closing more deals. So this could be either providing them proven scripts, strategies for their team or yours to convert leads into sales faster, okay? So you don't have to just implement a closer. You can build out an SOP, a strategy for them, looking at their sales process, right? If they're doing 2 call closing, put them into 1 call closing. If they've got a specific quoting system, look at their business, okay? And then a revenue tracking dashboard. Now, there are so many that you can use, and you can even build your own on Airtable, right? Literally a simple, transparent way for them to see new leads, sales, revenue generated directly from your work, okay? You can also use Go High Level. It is a great CRM for this. Again, really massive advocate for Go High Level. So you can just use that. And the reason why we're having all of these components to our offer is because we basically want it to be done for them, irresistible, and making sure that they feel crazy to say no, okay? Now, if you're looking at all of this work, this looks crazy, I know. You're thinking, oh, I don't want to do all of this work. But you can automate so much of this, okay? And once you've set it up for one client, you can essentially copy and paste it over to the next. So this is really important for you guys to understand, okay? This isn't about drop servicing. This is about having a good back end to your agency. And then you want to make sure that you've got good core offer assets as well. So a lot of people, when they build an offer, they don't build the right assets to it. And there are so many other assets that you can provide as well. I've just got 3 here that I think is really good. Okay, so a 1-pager, this is going to be a high level overview of your offer. So this can be including the key benefits, the pricing, call to action. Now, I am going to make one caveat. Pricing and payment plan breakdown. This is only for after the call. Pricing, same with the 1-pager, is only after the call. Because they haven't seen the value in your service yet, you are not sending them the pricing before the call. If you come across that objection, all you need to say is we tailor our services based on your specific needs. We have various different pricing. I'll be more than happy to send something over straight after the call, okay? If you don't want to give it to them on the call when you're going for a 2-call close. Sales deck, right? So a sales deck's really important. to have as well. Okay, so a standardized and a personalized one. Make sure you've got one. Okay, you might not always use this, by the way, and I've done a previous video in terms of closing. I can link it at the end of this video, but you might not always use your sales deck, but it's important to have one in your ammo. And then your pricing and payment plan breakdown. So give them a clear and visual representation, just basically all the different payment options, the value justification, okay? Make it easy for them. If you're going to the shop and you are purchasing something, it's nice and easy, okay? We walk into a shop, we're thirsty, we buy a bottle of water, okay? We move on to the next thing, okay? This is what we need to do for our clients. We need to make sure everything is done for them. Everything is easy. Don't be one of those SMMAs or agencies that makes things so frigging complicated for your clients. Because the whole point of this is that you have a seamless offer. So just to summarize, guys, to create a really irresistible offer, and I know this is quite a basic video, but I feel like so many people need to hear this, right? Specific outcome, unique mechanism, and speed to results, okay? Without promising money back guarantees, especially if you're new to this world. Understand their pain points properly, okay? There's 4 pain points there that are very, very common in this industry. And then use this offer, okay? Use this offer and expand on it, add things, remove things, do what you need to do, right? So customized lead magnet campaigns, ad optimization, done for you content organic, lead nurturing systems, database reactivation, closing more deals for them, or even just providing the scripts and strategies and a revenue tracking dashboard, okay? And then have your core offer assets. So I hope this video helps you guys just kind of re-strategize your offer so you can start to charge more. If you want an understanding of how to price this, I can do another video on that. But also I will say this, with this offer here, you could easily charge $5,000 a month, easily, okay? And if you're not charging enough for your agency, it is a limiting belief, and I will do another video on limiting beliefs as well, because I feel like a lot of agency owners, when they first start out, have that limiting belief, really truly believing that they can't charge enough for their service when you can. You just need the right offer, the right ICP, and a good sales process. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more, just drop me a like, maybe hit subscribe, and check out the link below as well if you're not in Client Capital. Come and join the best community, and I'll see you inside.